and welcome to the T800 podcast here on the Nexus. Lots to talk about going forward. So let's just start cracking on. So we're up to issue 56. I have seen up to issue 60, and it's all around the leg, around the right leg. So that looks like what we're doing. It's a bit strange because I thought that we might be going from one to the other because we've got the pistons for the front section of his pelvis. So I thought we may be skipping backwards and forwards. We're not doing that. It seems to be we're more concentrating on the right leg, up to issue 60 at least, and it's all plastic. So let's have a look at our T800. He's very, very heavy now, even with the plastic parts. So over the next couple of issues, we'll be putting the piston in that we've got for here. That will be going in I do believe in the next issue, issue 57. And then it's just more work putting in other pistons and stuff like that. But as it stands, this is incredibly heavy as it is at the moment. So I think more die cost would be, I think, overkill. I think the chest plate that goes on the front will be now plastic. I don't see it being die cast. It would just mean it would just be top heavy, so it would be wanting to lean all the time. As in regards to the feet, I don't know. But going by the thigh, I would imagine they're plastic as well. Obviously, we're going to have a base and a stand to put this guy, but he's massively impressive at the moment. Lots of people complaining about the head. At the moment, he's got less bits on him. I think once we've started to put the pistons in and the wires and the stuff connected to the skull and stuff like that, he will actually look. It will look fine. In regards to, I've seen. I'm just going to put him down because he's really heavy. I've seen the 1/6 scale one from Hot Toys and the 1/4 scale one from Hot Toys and the 1/1 scale from Sideshow, and the heads all look fine on it. So I don't think that's the problem. But you never see it in the state that we've got it. So at the moment, he does look like his head is bigger anyway. Though when you do look at the T800s, their heads tend to be a little bit small anyway because they've not got all this on them. Anyway, I'm really, really impressed with T800. I'm carrying on. Agora have now started to... I've gone into partnership with Hachette. Hachette don't have a distribution arm to the US, so all of their models don't tend to go to the US. It's European markets they tend to focus on. And I know there was a huge call for the T800 to be out. It is on Agora Models website now, and you can pre-order it from there. You can also pre-order it anywhere else in the world as well. The price of the magazine, you don't get a magazine with it, but the price is $9.99 an issue. We pay $8.99 at the moment, but if you get it from Agora, you'll be paying $8.99. There's no way of skipping neither, so if you are up to 56, you won't be able to start at issue 56. There's nothing in place for them to do that. Also as well, there's no place on their website to order individual issues because they don't do them. All of their issues are, well, their build instructions are all online. So that means that you don't get a magazine with this. You also don't get any of the premium gifts as well with Agora. So there'll be no plasma rifle, no keychain, none of that sort of stuff. I believe the first pack is issues 1 to 10, I do believe. And I think that's a discounted on that. But I think it still works out at roughly about £200 more getting it from them. But it gives people in the US the chance to build this fantastic model. For us here in the UK, I had some conflicting information as well. So I was told that that Agora will now be doing the back issues, but I've been in touch with Agora. They said there's no place at the moment to bring the subscription ahead. So like I said, you can't ring up and say, can you start me from issue whatever. There's no way of doing that. There's also no way of saying, of ringing them up and saying, can I get issue 28? Hachette have said that they will continue to supply them online, but after the collection has finished, they said that they're switching from them to Agora, which basically means once this is finished, it will become increasingly impossible to get back orders, and will also mean that it's going to be from Agora going forward. Now, I don't know why this is. Hachette have been doing very well with this, so I don't know what the outcome is on this. So, but yeah, going forward, I'm not too sure if they're taking any more orders, Hachette, but I know that Agora are. For the US, I do believe it's now, they're both available for pre-order, and I do believe the first pack isn't due for release yet until, I do believe, in May for the US. Or April, actually, May, April time. And for us, it's around June, July time. Another interesting thing as well, if you do go with Agora, you will actually finish earlier. Only a couple of months, but you will finish it earlier. Now, I don't know why that is as well. Once again, I don't know why. I don't know why they've done that way. But it's very, very interesting that they've done that. But calculating it through the packs and stuff like that, Agora will finish. Now, I always thought Hachette would, but I don't know what's what with that. Also, as well, I can't tell you whether Agora have fixed the finger problem. I would imagine they're aware of it. Whether you'll get the finger fix problem sorted, though the people here in the UK that got the finger replacement still seem to have the problem as well. I'm hoping that it's been shifted. You know, maybe Agora might pick that up. But remember, they are still using the same supplier and they're still using the same components as Hachette. So there is no difference between this model and the one from Agora. Hachette and Agora use the same methods. So you may find that you'll come across the same problems in regards to the fingers. It also means that the components are all the same as well. So don't go thinking Hachette is all plastic and Agora will have it all metal. That's not the case. They are both exactly the same. So that's where we are on that. Obviously, I have to now say, you know, there is the coronavirus that's going around. The world has gone completely mad. I mean, completely mad. You know, it's normally end of days. Now, I just have to point down here a minute. Now, it is sort of end of day stuff. It's really, it's out of proportion. It's so mad. So, Hachette have said for their Route Master, as I got here, because I also built the Route Master. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, go over. There is a bit down the bottom that takes you to a link to our Facebook page. Click that like, because a lot of the stuff that I do goes on there first. And this is mainly because I've got under a certain number of subscribers here, so I can't keep up to date as I like to on YouTube. And I will be returning to YouTube full time in the summer with lots and lots revamping everything, and it's going to be big. Anyway, getting back to this. So, as you can see here, this is for UK customers. It says from the 25th of March, the Route Master, that is going to fortnightly, 2 weeks. It means that the Route Master will take longer to cake. Now, there's nothing. Now, this also has been done for the Bismarck, and they have obviously just launched the Spitfire as well. But nothing official has come out about the Terminator or the Spitfire yet. I'm expecting them to follow the same sort of guidance as this. So the next issue is obviously on sale, and then after that, it will go to fortnightly. Now, like I said, I don't know whether that will be to the Terminator or not, but I would expect that will be. I've been trying to get a message before this video comes out. I've been messaging my partner. No one's got back to me just yet, but I would expect that there'll be the same sort of problem with getting your issues as before. Like they said, this doesn't mean that it's been cancelled. It doesn't mean it's been stopped. It's just that they're going to fortnightly to reduce the number of issues coming out because of the problems they've had in China, also here as well in the UK, and also around the world as well. So, subscribers, yeah. So, you're going from 4 weeks to 6. I don't know whether it's this issues or not, but yeah, so subscribers will get their issues, but they'll get 4 issues every 6 weeks instead of 4 issues every 4 weeks, like they're supposed to now, or 4 issues a month. It'll be going to 6 weeks, so they're stretching it longer. In terms of payment, your payments will come out every 6 weeks when you get the parcel. As you know, with Hashtag, they send you the parcel, then they bill you. I know lately they've had the warehouse move and stuff like that, which means they've billed you before you've received your issues. No one should be billed every 4 weeks. If you are, I would go to Hashtag about that. But going forward, this is still to do with the Route Master. Like I said, all this is in place already and people have been contacted. No emails have been sent out about the Terminator just yet, but like I said, I would imagine this will follow suit. So we may get a few more weeks of it every week, and then it will go to fortnightly, or it will just go to fortnightly very soon anyway. But like I said, there's been no official announcement just yet, so do not quote me on it. But a lot of the sources I'm getting and stuff, and because Hachette used the same supplier for the Route Master, the Bismarck, the Terminator, and obviously the Spitfire. Now the Spitfire has just come out, like I said. I would imagine that both of them will be affected. I in fact know that Eagle Moss have also sent out emails and stuff like that, and they're also affected as well. So each of their release dates has been added to a week. So every 2 weeks the Star Trek ships come out, or the Doctor Who collection. They've been pushed to an extra week, so they come out every 3 weeks now instead of every 2. And subscribers as well I've gone from 4 to 6. This includes the Ecto 1 as well. So if you're building Ecto 1, it will shift from 4 to 6. This is basically because they have the stock here in the UK, but they don't want to get to the point where they're not giving you any issues at all, which then would worry a lot of people that were collecting this, and would mean that people might think that the collection's been cancelled. It hasn't been cancelled. They're just trying to prolong the issue numbers. So by the time this all blows over, it will go back to normal. It's interesting to note as well that the Route Master one that we've got just here, that it's fortnightly up until the end of June. Now, obviously, it hasn't happened officially with the Terminator yet. It may well do in a couple of weeks. We may even get an announcement very soon. But if it does, I would imagine the same sort of 3-month period where it will be fortnightly, or they may even stretch it out a little bit longer. What does this mean? It ultimately means the collection will go on longer than it normally would, but you will complete it. It also means that if Hachette are having the problem, so will Agora. But because they're sending them out in packs, it means that it may not be effective as much because of the packs, meaning Agora will probably still finish long before us. So all that craziness has gone out the window. Once it's all gone back to normal, we'll have a lot more to discuss. I am really happy with the way the Terminator goes. I'm a little bit disappointed, obviously. I think like most people are, with the amount of plastic. Though we were never sold on this fully die-cast model, like I've said in previous videos and previous podcasts, it said die-cast parts. It never said fully die-cast. So I'm happy with what we've got. I'm really happy that I'm going to be able to build something like the Terminator and be happy that I've built it. And stuff like that. I'm going to be happy at the end of it, regardless of how long it takes and whatever happens. I'm really happy with it. And that's really it here at the T800 podcast. It's just to be a bit more vigilant and a bit more patient. Now, patience in this part work industry is not good. And a lot of us don't have patience, but we really do, especially in this crazy time that we're actually in at the moment. We have to be patient with this. Obviously, there may be some delays even further with these in regards to where you buy them and shops and everything else. With the way that's happening, what's happening at the moment in the world, it means that some shops may close or open later, so it may become even more difficult to pick up your issues from the shops. What I can say about Royal Mail, well, Royal Mail has now been declared an essential service. And for people who don't know, I work for Royal Mail, and we've been declared an essential service, and we will continue to deliver parcels and letters until there is nothing left to post out, which I don't think was ever going to happen, but you never know, the government may shut us down, and that will also cause problems. But anyway, that's that's all doom and gloom. Let's carry on building, let's get this model done, and let's be happy about it, and we'll see you obviously at the next video.